Hello, it's me Dryzz. Today we are tackling a big cut of meat. Warframe's Affinity. Affinity is Warframe's XP system. We'll see how Affinity works, how it decides which equipment will get how much Affinity. We'll also talk about the best ways I know of to level up, with alternatives of course. Let's not forget about boosters and blessings too. Focus and stunning will also be mentioned. And we'll lastly briefly explain how mastery rank works and how to get it fast. Alrighty. How does Affinity work? When you kill an enemy, you'll get some XP. When an ally kills an enemy, you might get some XP depending on if you are in the Affinity range or not. If you look at the top right of your screen, there's this logo. If you're in the Affinity range of another player, the number indicates how many players are in your Affinity range. There are other sources of XP, like Affinity drops, hacking a terminal, using an ability, completing objectives, scanning, etc. When you kill an enemy, you don't just get the same XP for everything you have equipped. Your Warframe will take 50% of it, and what killed will take the other 50%. If you kill with your Warframe, 100% of the XP will go to your Warframe. Additionally, when you use an ability, you'll get affinity to everything equally. So let's say you use Corvex's 2, and you get 200 affinity, and you have 3 weapons in your Warframe. They all get 50 XP. If you have a pet, it will not take any XP from the amount you're supposed to receive. So let's say you kill an enemy with your secondary, whether you have a pet or not won't change how much XP you get. Though the companion itself will get some additional XP, which will be equivalent to 50% of what you got, as if you earned 150%, 50% went to your Warframe, 50% to the secondary that killed, if you killed the secondary, and 50% to your companion. If your companion gets a kill, it will get all the affinity. If your companion kills with his weapon, the weapon gets 50% and the companion gets 50%. Now, if an ally gets a kill, 25% goes to your Warframe and 75% is shared equally between your weapons. If you kill an enemy with your operator abilities or your amp, 100% of your affinity will go to your amp. But if an ally kills an enemy while you are in operator, it gets funky. 25% of the affinity goes to the operator, and yes, he can't get affinity, so it's wasted. 37.5% goes to your amp, and 37.5% goes to the operator's melee. Yep, you don't have an operator melee. Wasted again. Which means only 37.5% of the total affinity you get isn't wasted. Great. Keep in mind that even if your Warframe or weapon is max level, it will still take affinity. So if you're leveling something, make sure you unequip whatever is max level. Also, as long as you obtain this XP, you keep it, even if you leave. It's updated in real time. Then there's bonus affinity. When you get XP, you get plus 1.25 times the XP as bonus affinity. So if you get 100 XP from a kill, you actually end up getting 225 XP, including both normal XP and bonus XP. And it's shared the same way as normal XP. Keep in mind that this form of XP, the bonus one, only counts once you've successfully finished your mission. So if you leave before finishing the mission, you will lose all of the bonus affinity. And if you die and self-revive during the game, you lose some of that bonus affinity, but again, it's just the bonus affinity you lose. Now, how to level up? I'd recommend a couple of things. For Warframes, Arkwings and Companions, the Plains of Eidolon's Natterok strat. You just go into your Arkwing with Natterok, go to a Grineer camp from above, without being detected, and shoot enemies until you get 400% stage bonus. Then you just target Eximus units. Make sure you leave your Arkwings before the Eximus dies. So you just shoot, use your melee button. Unequipping melee prevents the slam. M-glide until the enemy dies, then re-equip your Arkwings. And then just look for another Grineer camp, and then repeat. I recommend these 4 camps. Some stuff you can do to make your life easier is to set a keybind for your Arkwings, so you just press a button and it instantly gives you Arkwings. You can also turn on enemy highlights like this. For weapons and amps, I recommend ESO, Elite Sanctuary Onslaught. You go in and hope that one of your allies is a nuke. Make sure you still try to kill things, with the tool that needs XP of course. It will give you a lot more XP than if you were just leeching. Keep in mind you need a level 30 Warframe to enter ESO. For Necramex, Conjunction Survival is probably the best. For Arc Guns and Arc Melees, Salacia on Neptune. For K-Drives, doing races on Orb Valleys seems to be the best. These are what, in my opinion, are the best, but maybe there's some other strats I'm not aware of. No, I'm aware you might not have all of this ready, so you can try some less efficient ways, but more accessible. First one would be Helen on Saturn. It's a defense and you can level up your Warframes, weapons, amps and companions there. Hydron on Sedna is like its big brother. It's the same tileset, same mission, except that enemies are much higher level, meaning they give more XP. For Warframes, some people like to run Adaro on Sedna, where you go around and kill things silently. It's pretty good if you do it efficiently, but it's really tedious, you know. For Arkwings, if you don't have or don't want to do the Plains of Eidolon strat, you can do Salacia. For Necramex, you can do open worlds. In my experience, going in Orb Valleys and doing the base defense thingy works fine. Now, a brief talk about increasing the affinity you get, boosters and blessing, and more. There are two different boosters. The ones you can get from sorties, the market, things like that, which will give you 2 times more affinity. And then there are event boosters, which only happen when the dev said so. Good thing is, they work for everyone at the same time. They also double your affinity. If you have 2 boosters of the same kind, so 2 of the market boosters, for example, they will stack in terms of duration. So if you buy 2 times the 3 days booster, you will actually get 6 days booster. But if you have 2 different kind of boosters, so an event booster and a market booster, their effect will stack, so you will get 4 times more affinity. Then there are blessings. They are special buffs given by crew masters, so people who are mastering 30 or above. Once available, you can go to a relay and interact with the fountain. You will give everyone in the relay a 3 hours long blessing. You get to choose between 6 different blessings. Affinity blessing is one of them. It will give 25% more affinity to everyone who has it. So if you have all 3, you get 4.25 times more affinity. On top of that, there's also the Smita buff. The Smita Kavat can triple the affinity you get. And then there's also the stealth kill affinity bonus, which grants you more affinity on subsequent stealth kills, up to 500%. I'm not actually sure how it works because I'm definitely not getting 500% more affinity, and it even says it doubles for melee kills, but I did not notice any difference when testing. Lastly, there's the Naraman buff. When you kill an enemy with a melee, you get 45% more affinity for your melee, or something like that. I'm also not sure about it, but I think there's a cap, so if you stack all of them, you won't actually get that massive buff. Focus and syndicate time. Focus is what you spend to unlock and increase operator upgrades in each focus school. Once you've maxed a focus school, you can use the focus to buy some cool stuff. Become a smurf. To gain focus, you need a lens. Lens got multiple tiers, and in each tier, there's a type of lens for each school. Each lens takes all the excess affinity you get and convert it into focus. Excess affinity is when your equipment with the lens is level 30, it can't be leveled up anymore, so this useless affinity is turned into focus. So if you have a greater Naraman lens on your Warframe, which converts 3% of your affinity into focus, and you kill with your primary and get 49,000 XP, you'll end up with 735 focus, because your Warframe got 50% of the affinity, while your primary got the other 50%. So you end up with 3% of half of 49k, which is 735. Bonus affinity doesn't count towards focus or standing. You can also find some focus pickups, which will spawn from time to time in your missions. These orbs give 5000 standing to your active focus school, and increase your focus gain by times 10 for 45 seconds. So again, if you get 1000 excess affinity, but during a focus orb buff, you'll actually get 300 instead of 30. It's also affected by affinity boosters. You can also get focus from using Eidolon shards. You get this by killing Eidolons. You can also get focus from killing Thrax, Sentients or Legatus, which grant 2500 focus to the whole team for their active focus school. Angels from the Zaryman also give focus. There is a daily cap for how much focus you can get. Syndicates work similarly. When I say syndicate, I mean the 6 original ones. When you pledge to a syndicate, 15% of your affinity is converted into standing for them. If you're a sociopath, you can have up to 5 syndicate at rank 5. Now, Mastery rank. Mastery is basically your account level. When you level up something for the first time, you get Mastery for each new level. So, when you level up a Warframe from level 0 to 30, you get a total of 6000 Mastery. Same for Companions, Plexus, Arkwings and K-Drives. For weapons, Companion weapons, like Helm's weapons, Amps, is 3000. There are exceptions though, like Necromex. They will give 6000 Mastery for the first 30 levels, but then you have to use formas on them to gain 2 levels per forma, up to 10 levels, so their max level is 40, and each level gives 200 mastery points, so Necromex give 8000 mastery points in total. Then there are weapons like the Parastasis or adversary weapons, like Kuva, Tenet and Coda weapons. They follow the same rules as Necromex, except that they give 3000 for the first 30 levels, and 1000 more for the last 10 levels. Then there's another type of exception, Modulars. This is a type of equipment that's made of 3 different parts. From a list of multiple parts, you choose which one of them you want to craft that stuff. So kit guns, K-drives, Predasites, Vulpaphilas, etc. So these equipments, they won't give you mastery rank for the first time you level them up. Instead, you have to guild them, and then you can level them up and get mastery rank points. On top of that, only one type of part can be used to get mastery, like for kit guns it's the chamber, for amps it's the prism, for those it's the strike, and so on. The mastery from a weapon can only be obtained once, like if you have 200 Bratons, you can still only get 3000 mastery. Though different variants of a weapon will still give mastery, so if you have an MK1 Breton, a Breton Vandal, and a Breton Prime, you get 3000 from each, so in total 12,000 mastery. You can also get mastery from other sources, like clearing nodes for the first time. Not all nodes will give mastery, but if you finish the base star chart and steel path chart, you can get over 55,000 mastery. This includes killing a Junction Spectre for the first time, beating a boss for the first time, and things like that. You also get mastery from Rajack and Rifter's intrinsics. Now, if you need some quick mastery rank, check the blueprints for crates in the market, stuff in labs, so in the dojo, adversary weapons, invasions, and farm bosses for their warframes, etc. Alright, now, good level. Thank you for watching. Now, you are true master, kinda. Surely you learned something. Remember to have fun. Adios.